us orchestrate the military crises, the terror crises, the economic crises, the health crises on record. They've been caught over and over again. And they bring it all to a head in a massive period of change. They're now going to try to set up the open bank of the world after they implode our economy and the dollar. They're now looking like they're going to go ahead and do it in the fall or winter. That's all over mainstream news today. It's all up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com if you want to link through to it and find it all in one spot. They are moving on every front, and we believe they're going to stage terror attacks unless we expose it. And that's the main reason Charlie Sheen has gone public with his 20 minutes with the president, written as if he met with him, so people will then go and read the article and see why Charlie wants to meet with him and the evidence he'd like to present. Because he does want to have a meeting with the president, and he's asking other people to go public. And a lot more is coming up throughout the week. I'm going to read 20 minutes with the president coming up here in just a few minutes. But before I do that, a lot of people have requested this, so I'm just going to air about 10 minutes of it. Then I'm going to read 20 minutes with the president, then get into all the economic news and open the phones up. But I want to go ahead and just play a little bit of that first interview from April of 2006. We played one of the CNN clips earlier. Here is part of that interview from PrisonPlanet.tv with Charlie Sheen. I got a lot of people emailing me saying this isn't even Charlie Sheen in the letter, and that Charlie Sheen has never been on this show. There's a lot of disinfo going on out there. Yes, Charlie Sheen's been on the show. So is Willie Nelson. So is Jesse Ventura, all these other people. Yes, he's a 9/11 truther. Yes, this is huge. And I'm going to explain why it's huge after we air a few minutes of this. Here it is.
He's been in over 65 major motion pictures, produced them, written them, from Platoon to Red Dawn, one of my favorites. And, of course, TV shows like Spin City. Right now, he's the major star on the CBS program 2.5 Men. And he's got several new movies coming out this year and next year. And when I got a chance to talk to Charlie Sheen, I was just amazed because I've talked to a lot of other big Hollywood people. We've had a few of them on this show. And, you know, they call me up sometimes, say, hey, you're doing a great job, or I'm buying 50 copies of your video. And I'm like, no, here, just take it. And but they're not as informed, I have to be honest, as Charlie Sheen. I mean, I talked to this guy like an hour and a half yesterday, and he just really knows what's going on the planet today. But that shouldn't surprise me. His father, Martin Sheen, has been on the front lines. As Mark Twain said in the beginning, a patriot is a scarce man, hated and feared and scorned. But in time when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, because then it costs nothing to be a patriot. And, of course, it's been proven right time and time again. It was his father in the days leading up to the war that was the most vocal spokesman in America against this disastrous conflict. And everything he said has now come true. And, of course, Charlie Sheen and his brother are also activists in their own right, and we are just incredibly honored to have Charlie Sheen on with us for the balance of this hour. Mr. Sheen, good to have you with us.
Nice to be here, Alex. How are you?
I'm great. Mr. Sheen, you have some questions about the official 9/11 story, and we got hooked up because we both mutually have been looking into that.
Sure.
And I want to just, I guess, start by what happened on 9/11, what your instincts told you, and really just go from there.
Well, it was interesting, and let me just preface that by saying that I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and I've been following you, and I've seen all of your documentaries, and your research is tireless, and it's interesting because a lot of these guys, you sort of look behind the notes and you start to discover inconsistencies in a lot of the claims that they're making, which pretty much torpedoes the credibility of most of their substance. But with you, that's not the case. And I was always amazed to see that you always had hard data to back up your claims. And so, you know, this was tough for me because for the longest time I've been doing my own independent research, and you know, I don't claim to be an expert in any of these fields, but just as a concerned, upstanding, tax-paying American citizen, there's just there's questions I have that I wish somebody could explain away for me. There's things that one will will view and then look at the Keene Commission's official report, and it just, as I heard somebody once say, might have been you, there's holes in the story you could fly a Boeing jet through.
Oh, there certainly is. In fact, we were talking yesterday, and you said over the phone that the biggest conspiracy theory is the official story. I mean, at every point, it's a fabrication. It's a lie. Would you elaborate on that?